I've got good news and I've got bad news. And we're going to start with the not fun stuff. And what that is that I failed again last night. The good news is the only way you can lose is by quitting. And I will be the first to tell you that I will never, ever, ever quit. But additionally, I wanted to tell you guys why you relapse, why I relapse. Because everything is crystal clear in hindsight. And if we can move that crystal clear perception to foresight and before it happens, we're going to be a lot better off. And then we're also going to hit on discipline, because that's a muscle. And most people don't work it out very much, including 100% me. So first of all, relapsing, as I mentioned once or twice in previous videos, how that works is little things over time just slowly build and build and build and build and build. And that is directly related to your discipline muscle. So here's how this works, guys. Those little things, they add up and they add up and they add up and they add up. One little thing, if your discipline muscle, most people's discipline muscles are maybe, we'll say this big, maybe 3 inches. So that means that you can handle problems until they get this big. This is all figurative here. Stick with me. But then the second they get past that, you tend to pleasure seek. And as I'm saying you here, I am pointing back at myself. These videos are also 100% for me, guys. So what happens is these problems, they add up and they add up and they add up, and we bottle them in. And we hold on to them, and we don't deal with them. And they stick in here, and they stick in here, and we get stressed, and we get anxious, and we feel incompetent. And then we pleasure seek, whether that's alcohol, whether that's pornography, opiates, drugs, even video games. And obviously we could rank those all on a scale and say, oh, this one's way worse than this one, and this one's way worse than that one. But the truth is, if you have to do that said thing in order to deal with your problems, then that's an addiction, folks. If you have to, if you don't have control over that decision, then you don't have discipline, and you are a slave to yourself. A slave to yourself. And so what I was just talking about with the discipline and how that's directly related. So if you could get your discipline muscle to be bigger than that 3 inches, that is one of the strategies. And then the second strategy is dealing with those problems as soon as they happen. So here, I will give you 100% full context, full disclosure of what happened to me. So over the course of 2 days, my mom's toilet got clogged. I tried to deal with it for an hour. Then I went to the store and bought things that did not work, a plunger, and we cleaned up the floor. Yes, we did that. And then my mom got home, and she was flipping out, yelling, pissed, obviously, as most people would be. It wasn't my fault. It was just toilet malfunction. But she had to take it out on somebody, and I was the one who had just tried to fix it. Sweet, I was feeling fantastic. Then my mom swore in front of my younger brother's friends, and my younger brother's like 11. I was like, Mom, that really wasn't cool. That was very uncalled for. Really don't appreciate that. She blew me off. What do I know? I'm some 19-year-old kid, right? And I was feeling really hurt. I was feeling very unlistened to. Not a whole lot of love coming to my corner, if you will. So I actually packed up, head to my dad's. That's where we are currently. Yeah, emotions were high. Was not feeling super. And then to deal with those emotions, yes, I talked to my dad a little bit, but I downloaded all sorts of games on my phone, which I haven't had for a while. I just shot the breeze, shot the time, shot the rest of my day in the face with just completely mindlessness. And what happens when I do this, guys, is I'll download these, I will play them until I've numbed this up here, and then I just delete it because I instantly feel bad, feel guilty again, like we talked about in the last video with that vicious cycle. And then, so I didn't get enough sleep because I was up late. So the following morning, I was all groggy, and I was already starting not at 100%, which you should be starting at after sleeping. So yeah, that really set me up for success. And then I was just extremely content all day. Extremely content all day Sunday. Kind of just going through the motions. Was not really being proactive about anything. And additionally, I was alone pretty much all day Sunday, which was fantastic. I thought my dad was going to be home a lot sooner. Turns out he was hanging out with some of his friends, and bummer. So I was home alone pretty much all day. And I made it to 7 p.m., which was pretty much the whole day. And then, of course, as I was just downloading games the other day on the App Store, just surfing, just looking, I did the same thing because I was feeling really lonely. I was feeling really bored, really stressed, really just out of it. So, I'm just gonna look. We're not gonna download anything. And of course, there's some stinking garbage apps on the App Store that are pretty much just clickbait to softcore pornography. Love that. Fantastic. And that's like a 9+ rating. Look into that, Apple developer. Anyway, my discipline muscle, I've pretty much been peeling away at, deteriorating, if you will, that entire past 48 hours. Because I was just letting my guard down with everything. Because, guys, if you can't win the battle with stuff like taking a cold shower over a hot shower, or getting up immediately without hitting the snooze button, or choosing water over pop because you're trying to lose weight, or going to the gym 3 times a week because you said you would, and not 2 times a week and then 1 time a week the week after, and then, it's too cold and you don't feel like it. If you guys can say no to things like hot water over cold water, and say no to pop over water, even though that's not a big deal, and that's a lot easier to do than saying no to pornography when you're tempted, that is building that discipline muscle. But the past 2 days, my discipline muscle has been so stinking small because I've been saying yes to all these other things that are not beneficial at all in my life and are completely wasting time and hurting myself and my own future, more importantly, that my muscle was so small. It was hardly there. And one little thing and my discipline is not there. So, screwed up that day. And then the following day, I was just extremely content. I didn't really have any drive. I was going through the motions again, and I felt like, all right, yep, this is a restart, this is a refresh, we're good to go, not going to be a problem again. And of course, my relationship with my mom continued to be stretched, which is super exciting, because as a 19-year-old with a college and an internship and commuting, you definitely need more things added to your plate. But not complaining there. to quick pause there for a second. One of my favorite quotes, I don't even know who this is from, but God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. Because he's never going to give you something that you can't overcome. But it's going to be up to you to overcome that. And that is near and dear to my heart. But back on track. So that continued to be stretched my relationship with my mom. And then I had a paper that, of course, I had procrastinated on, pushed to the last minute. All that time I was busy doing video games and super important stuff that all of a sudden I'm staying up super late trying to finish a paper. It's not going super well. I had put it off for way too long. And, of course, we had to add pictures to our papers. Of course. Perfect. And all it takes is one little thing not to be caught by the safe search filter. The devil just loves to just sprinkle his little pain all over the internet, just tempting you. Oh, but it'll feel good. It'll be great. Don't you remember the last time? It was perfect. It was awesome. Guess what, guys? Where was my discipline muscle? It wasn't there. It wasn't there. We threw in the towel again. 2 nights in a row. Fantastic. But here is the good news, guys. After that, we watched so many videos on not just strategies, but on motivation, on finding a purpose, finding a passion, and ultimately cultivating your discipline. Because and the whole time I was looking at the faucet saying, is this as cold as it gets? Obviously on the inside I was dying. And sending my love to you guys as well. We're going to get through this. And as I said in the beginning, the only way you lose is you quit. You quit on NoFap, you quit on No Nut November, you quit on no PMO. And by doing that, you quit on yourself. You quit on your future. You quit on your confidence. And guys, it's not worth it. So stay strong out there. Keep fighting this battle every single day. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And appreciate the grace that you guys have given me, because I am only human too. But we are getting right back on the horse. In fact, we are on the horse right now. We are about to crank out some homework here before Thanksgiving break and get enough sleep tonight, as well as do some reading and some journaling. So, with that being said, have a great rest of your day. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Ask yourself, is this the easy way out? Am I really just numbing something else that I really need to deal with? And you know what? Find that motivation. Find that discipline. Build those muscles. Stay strong.